Hello, welcome to this yoga flow to just find some lovely ease in the body, into the hips, and a lovely wind down at the end of the day to just chill out, to have some space and ground into ourselves. We're going to start this seated. So come to join me and absolutely feel free to sit yourself on a block if this feels like quite a sticky place to start. If you feel like, oh, I'm all cramped up here, give yourself some height and just allow a little bit more space for the hip flexors to broaden out. And then shake off anything that needs to just be let go of, like, oh, get rid of that. Let your hands eventually just settle on your thighs, on the body, or maybe down into the lap. Let your eyes close down. And feel this softness wash through the body, easing the muscles around the eyes, softening the jaw, separating the back teeth. And just taking this time to check in with yourself, to notice how you are in this moment. Not holding onto how you felt earlier, or yesterday, or how you're going to feel tomorrow, but how you feel now. Maybe you can identify some emotions within you. Maybe there's one thing that's sitting with you a lot. Maybe it's this beautiful, colorful concoction of emotions. Notice where they're sitting in the body, where you feel the emotions in the body. If you do. There's no need to change how we feel, but just to notice ourselves, to witness ourselves with kindness and compassion. And take your time to just let your left hand come onto your belly and like the top part of your belly, the lowest part of your rib cage. And your right hand to rest on top. Allow your awareness to just fall into the presence of your breath. Notice where you're breathing into. The pace of your breath, the depth of your breath. And then can you start to move your breath as you inhale into your hands? And you fill the belly up, you balloon the belly into the hands. And as you exhale, the belly just naturally falls back to the spine. Inhaling into the hands. And exhaling, letting the belly fall back to the spine. And keep breathing in this way. Can you start to smooth the breath out? So rather than any stopping or any sharpness to it, it just naturally falls from inhale to exhale. And can you imagine now that your breath is this big ball or orb of light, and you can decide the color. And as you inhale, this ball travels down from the top of your head all the way down towards the base of your spine, maybe all the way down into your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, it rises all the way back up. And there's no change in speed. It's just slowly moving down on the inhale. And moving up on the exhale. And can you imagine that your orb of light, or this ball, is moving through a tunnel? And this tunnel is our Sushumna, our energy channel. And if there's any places that are a little bit sticky or the ball feels like it has to get through it a little more, our breath, this ball, is just gently cleaning that out. Clearing any stagnant energy, any restriction or blockaging within us. And this invitation of breath, the presence of breath, is really to guide us through the rest of our practice. Our breath is holding our hand constantly. And when we breathe like this into the diaphragm in particular, we really settle into the parasympathetic nervous system, our state of rest and digest. Take one more breath in like this. Full breath out. Lovely. And then let your hands come onto your knees. So you can keep your eyes closed or reopen them, entirely up to you. Bring your hands to your knees, and if you are sat on something, can you just shift that out of your way and bring your bum back down to the ground? And then we start to take slow circles round through the heart, through the belly, like we're drawing a big circle around where that big tunnel of energy was just in its stationary state. And we start to move that energy that we've been clearing into the rest of the body. Let it just dissipate around. Nothing stagnant. Yeah, and this might be really subtle physically as we wriggle around in this way. Maybe the chest gets more involved, the shoulders get more involved. And then change direction. Wiggle around in the opposite direction. Maybe your weight comes all the way back. Ease the face. Yeah. And then can you rewind yourself? So like we're coiling ourselves back in. Let your hands come behind your bum now. Fingertips facing your bum. Press into the hands. And can you straighten out through the arms as you lift your chest? And you might just stay here, wrapping your shoulders in towards one another. Or maybe you rock your weight onto your knees, into your shins as you lift your bum away from the earth. Maybe you squeeze your glutes a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale to release. Bum comes back down. Nice. Now keep your hands back behind you. Bend your elbows. Unravel your legs and bring the soles of your feet as wide as your mat. And we take a little windscreen wiper here, side to side. So knees knock all the way over to the right. And then come back through center. And knock all the way over to the left. Take this a little slower than you might want to. Can you really tune into what's moving? And how that is talking to the body. Knees all the way over to the right and all the way over to the left. And you might want to just stay with this. Or maybe when your knees next knock to the right, you lift your hands, turn your chest towards the back of your mat, fingertips to the earth, and you find a little bowing over here. And then you rise back up through center, knees re-rise, come all the way over to the left. And then this little pivot round, fingertips to the earth, head is heavy. Coming back up through center. Now you are welcome to take that again. If you want to feel a little bit more movement in the body, just to release any stagnant space, then right hand will land behind you as your right knees come to the ground. Come onto the tops of your feet, and as you inhale, pick up your bum, find a squeeze of the glutes as your left arm reaches up and overhead. And as you exhale, let that wind back down. Bum comes to the earth. Re-lift the knees. Take it to the other side. So left side. Left hand to the back of the mat. Maybe you're just moving as you were before, or you lift the hips. Squeeze the glutes big. Reach round through the right arm. And then the exhale lets the bum return back down to the ground. Now this time, bring your legs back through center. And we're going to take a half happy baby here, seated. So either bring your peace fingers around your big toe and your right foot, or catch the outer edge of your right foot, or maybe even your right ankle. Left hand can stay on the ground or kind of snuggle your left shin in. Can you start to lift your right leg and lift through the heart? Now you might just stay with this, or maybe you find a little bit of movement here, lengthening out the right leg and then re-bending it. And if the breath feels like it's shortened at all, can you tune back into that lovely sensation of inhale, the breath moves all the way down in towards the pelvis. And the exhale, the ball comes all the way up to the crown of the head. Yeah. And once you've had enough kind of wriggling around with this right leg, you're going to take a seated figure four. So let your left foot come a little bit more centrally. Right foot comes on top of your left thigh. Hands come behind you, bum, fingers again facing your bum. And then if this feels quite sticky in the body, which it absolutely might do, wriggle your left foot a little bit further away. And just find this lifting up here. If you've got more space to move into, your left foot might come a little more closer towards you. And then can we take a sway here, side to side? Flexing into the right foot, pressing the ground away through the hands. And an option to stay with this, or if again you want a little bit more lift, left foot comes about halfway in between the two spaces and we press the left foot into the ground, hands into the ground, lift the hips high, squeeze the glutes and roll your shoulders, breathe in. On the exhale, bum back down to the earth. Now all together, wherever you just went, extend your left leg and let the sole of your right foot pivot down to the left side of your mat. Your toes will turn towards the left. Turn onto the outer edge of your left foot and your left hand comes to the back of your mat. As you inhale, lift up through the right arm. Lift your hips towards the ceiling. Let your right arm reach up and overhead. As you exhale, keep flexing the left foot. Let your left hip just hover to the ground as you reach your right fingertips to your left foot. Inhale to re-rise, right arm lifts, hip lifts. And as you exhale, your bum comes back down to the ground. Now let the bum come back onto the earth so your chest is over your left leg. And we take a half cow face pose here. So the right foot will shimmy out towards the left as our right knee lands on top of the left. Now you are more than welcome to bend the left knee and let the left foot come next to your right bum for full cow face. Otherwise, this might feel more than enough. Let your fingertips come to the ground. And as you inhale, find a lift up through the chest. As you exhale, maybe you stay as you are, or you might fold forward into this. Dropping your chin towards your chest. Letting your breath, again, just move in that diaphragmatic way. Inhale, ballooning into the belly. And exhale, letting it travel back up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to re-rise. Lift the head, the chest. And then we're just going to unravel this. So right foot re-lands. Left foot re-lands. We take that half happy baby on the left side. You can hold on to your right shin or bring your hand to the ground, whatever feels most supportive for you. Peace fingers either around your left big toe, outer edge of your left foot, or maybe catch your shin or your calf. And we lift the left leg. Left knee is bending and drawing in towards the left armpit as you lift up through the chest. Again, you might just stay here and just feel into this. Maybe the body wants to move. And this side might feel really different. So rather than having this expectation within the body, notice what it's saying to you. And if you're moving and wiggling, feel free to go a little more. Or now we start to bring the right foot a little bit more centrally. Left foot comes on top of our right thigh. Hands land behind us. Fingertips facing the bum. Again, this side might feel sticky. If that's the case, the right foot can draw a little bit further away. Maybe it comes a little closer as you flex your left foot and take a swaying side to side. And the breath is holding your hand the whole way through. You might stay with this, or maybe you wiggle your right foot a little bit further out. Press into the right foot, press into the hands to inhale. Lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Lift up through the front of the body. One more breath in. And as you exhale, bum comes back down. Now we all extend the right leg. Sole of the left foot lands to the right side of the mat. Turn your toes towards the right and rock onto the outer edge of your right foot. Your right hand will come to the earth at the back. And as you inhale, lift the hips. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Keep flexing into the right foot. As you exhale, dip your hips. Just let them hover to the ground as you reach your left fingertips to your right foot. Inhale to re-rise, big sweeping up. And as you exhale, bum to the ground, pivot yourself back so your bum's fully on the earth. And we let the left knee come on top of the right, left foot to the right side of your mat. Again, you're welcome to just stay with the right leg long. Maybe you bend the right knee, let the right foot come to the left hip. Both options are beautiful. Fingertips to the earth, breathe in, find a little elevation through the spine. And as you exhale, you might stay or you might let your weight just rock into the legs. Perhaps there's some space to let the hands come forward. Drop your chin to your chest, smooth back into that breath. One more inhale here. Full exhale. And as you inhale, walk your hands towards you, re-rise, and just unravel the legs. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Either with control, rolling down, or if at this stage you just want to kind of collapse onto the earth, you are more than welcome to. Heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat. Bend through the knees, cactus your arms, so bend the elbows, and then just take your knees again, side to side. Can you go a little slower than you probably want to? Maybe there's a space that would be really yummy to pause in. You might hook your outer foot onto the inner thigh. And then maybe release that and take it to the other side. Outer foot onto the thigh of the inner leg. And then eventually let your knees come through center. Draw them in towards the chest. Let your arms wrap around your shins as you snuggle and take a little sway from side to side here. And then we'll take a full happy baby. Peace fingers either round our big toes or to the outer edges of the feet, or maybe onto the shins. Can you let your lower back soften into the ground? Head is heavy, shoulders are heavy. Breathe in. Full breath out. And our final rest today is coming to Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet will come together, knees out wide. But if you would rather rest long in Shavasana, legs long, then absolutely feel free to do so. Can you press the back of your head into the earth to pick up your shoulders, shimmy them a little further down so you feel this length through the back of the neck, and then just let your arms come out. Take the fullest breath in you've taken yet so far today. Inhale. And a big sigh through the mouth. Let it go. Feel the back body resting on the earth. The chance to just settle as you are. To let go of the day and simply be. You are more than welcome to stay here. If time allows for you to pause the video and soak up this rest, then please do. If this is all that time allows, then can you once more rest your awareness in your breath? And feel into your heartbeat and how your heart ripples around through the body. And then very slowly bringing some movement back into the outer edges of the body. The fingertips and toes, maybe gently your legs start to extend. Your arms might reach above your head. And drawing your knees in towards you, planting your feet to the ground. And just letting your body rest onto your right hand side. And very naturally in this embryo space, we let the breath move into the left nostril, our Ida Nadi, feminine channel, our state of rest and digest. And when you feel ready to rise, do so slowly, pressing your left hand into the earth. Keeping your eyes closed if that feels appropriate. And we meet where we started, in a cross-legged seat. Hands coming together in front of the heart in prayer. And becoming a witness to ourselves once more, noticing how we feel. Without judgment. Perhaps there are some emotions bubbling within us. A reminder that we are exactly where we're meant to be. So can we feel what we feel with gratitude? Take a full inhale. A big sigh to release. Bowing your head to your hands, to your heart. Thanking yourself for showing up. For moving with love and kindness. Namaste. Thank you so very much for flowing with me, for finding that movement, that space in the body. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, of your evening, and I shall see you back here whenever you're ready. Goodbye.